Welcome to Beer Disciples. I'm Ross Quintana.
And I'm Bruno French.
And today we have a special guest, an esteemed guest. Sorry, Bruno, it's not you.
Not
It is the Southern Tier Chocolate Imperial Stout. It's actually one of my favorite beers, one of my highest rated beers I've had, so I always enjoy it. Bruno hasn't had it, so I thought I would let him enjoy the blessed honor of appreciating this beer. And this style is Imperial Stout, and I kind of have a subcategory where I consider this a flavored Imperial Stout. So it's not your straight Imperial Stout. It's got chocolate added, and so any stouts that kind of add additional ingredients, kind of, to me, they're in their own category. Mm-hmm. Normally, Imperial Stouts are typically very dark brown to black in color. The ABV is going to be anywhere from 7 to 12% on these, and they're usually going to have dark roast, so you're going to get the roastiness, big malt bodies though, and they're really all over the board as far as flavor profiles, so each one's kind of unique. Top beers in this style is the Coggan Stormix Porter, which it is actually a stout. Stormix Porter actually means, I believe it means mighty or strong, so it's the concept of this stout, even though it has the sound of porter in it, it's not a porter. Three Floyd's Dark Lord and Founders CBS or their KBS are all three very top rated stouts in this category. The ABV on this is 11%, and one thing that I really like about Southern Tiers, they have all their ingredients listed here. They give a lot of the brew side information, which is really nice because craft beer drinkers want to know more about what they're drinking. It's not just they're not just looking at the grabbing a bottle to chug it down. The IBUs on this, I believe, are 90. Hard to find. That's one thing they don't put on here that I'd like them to put on. Mm-hmm. And so eventually I find it, but I'm never sure how accurate it is when I can't find it anywhere else but, say, some obscure blog or something like that. So pretty sure it's 90 on these, which seems really high, but you won't taste it in these. They do a great job on their malt body to where they can build a really big beer with a lot of hops, but it doesn't taste like a lot of hops, because a lot of beers, they'll do nothing with the malt body and then they'll just jack up the hops like on an IPA or something. Whereas these guys will take them both to the extreme, create a balanced beer that's bigger, but that can have very high IBUs that you won't necessarily feel are really as bitter. So anyway, malts on this, let's look at what's in the brew. 2-row barley, caramel 60, barley flakes, chocolate malt, and bittersweet Belgian chocolate. So that's what they put in here. The hops are Chinook and Willamette. So suggested serving temp is 48. Let's crack this baby open. Let's take a look at the pour here. I'm going to be using my Southern Tier glass. I actually prefer the Sam Adams glass overall for rating the beers. Their 25th anniversary's got an exceptional shape to it. But let's take a look. RateBeer has this as 100 overall, 95 for the style out of 967 ratings. When you get an overall that's a little higher than even the style, that means that people really like this beer. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you'll see that with flavored stouts because they might not be pure to the style, but people would rather actually drink that than a regular stout. So this has an A for BeerAdvocate out of 1,118. So let's take a good look at this here in this glass.
Oh.
You may not be able to see everything through the lights.
Wow.
Yeah, this in this glass you definitely don't get. We're going to get a more incredible pour over here. Yeah. That's why I prefer that, is because it has the longer center, kind of like a Pilsner glass. But yeah, I mean, still pretty impressive. Dark chocolate, not quite. It's totally opaque. Yep. But not quite black. Some call it black. I would say that's a real dark chocolate, opaque dark chocolate. So go ahead and give it a good frothy pour on this right down the middle. And let's get this close to the camera so
not wise
people at home can see it.
While I'm pouring.
That's right. You gotta want this. Go ahead, stir that up and give it some action. There we go. Oh, we'll take a little more.
A little more.
Yeah. Clap it all the way up.
But
So the nose on this.
definitely 5. Definitely 5. It's heavenly.
Yeah, it's one of the best smelling. I told you it's an experience when you get one of these. It's a full experience. This smells like a full creation. It doesn't smell like a beer with an added flavor.
No, not at all.
It's incredible. Let's check out the taste on this.
Okay. My friend,
I told you hadn't had a beer yet until you had one of these.
This is incredible.
Yeah. Wow. Nothing out of place. You notice that?
Notice the goosebumps, ladies and gentlemen?
I do. I see through the forest of hair on that, and I see there's bumps under those trees.
That is excellent. It has a great full flavor, full body flavor. It rolls off nicely, and it's smooth. I mean, it is.
One thing I love about them is their beers, they got everything in line. There's no part that feels like it's a little bit out of shape. Oh, I do a little more of this, a little less of that. It's got an incredible taste. For me, no question, 5 on taste. Mouthfeel, again, going to go 5.
Yep.
It's got the perfect, silky, thick body. It's like drinking chocolate milk.
It is.
You know, it's just perfectly balanced. Most imperial stouts are real roasty. This leaves the roast till the very end. You get it at the end, but you still have enough of the residual sweet malt that it never gets to the point where you go, okay, I don't like that. It just warms your throat, gives you a little roast at the end, sweet up front. I mean, you get the full experience every single sip.
My friend, I think this is my new favorite.
That takes us to drinkability. The beer is so well balanced, so well made.
It is.
They finally did more than put 2 specks of flavor in a beer. They did everything right. It's going to be a 5 on drinkability because I don't know a more drinkable beer that is this big. No. 90 IBUs, 11% alcohol, all this crammed into here, but balanced so smooth that you feel like you could chug this on a hot day.
Yeah, most definitely.
I mean, that's craziness.
It's a whole experience, from the smell to the viewing to the taste.
It is. When I buy one of these, I'm buying the experience. You know, it's like someone buying a Rolls Royce. You know, you're not just buying a car. You're buying the experience from when you go to the showroom. How you're treated, everything along the way. I mean, that's how it is. When I see this on the shelf, I know that I just bought myself an enjoyable time to sit down and have an incredible beer. I know it every time. I've never been disappointed. Well, I'm going to say if you can find this, you know, definitely pick it up. YouTube ratings, Chad's beer review gives it a 10 out of 10, which is interesting. Sometimes he doesn't like a couple of beers that I like, and I thought maybe he was not going to rate it high, but he loved it. As a matter of fact, he went so far as to say that he would take that over a Dark Lord, which is one of the highest rated. I haven't tried a Dark Lord yet, but I know that this is one of...
All in good time.
This is one of only a couple of beers that gets an A+ for me.
Yeah.
For me, this beer is 100. You know, you always see these beers with 100 rating, and rarely do I feel like there is nothing more to do to this beer. This is 100. This is a beer I would call 100. And, you know, I've had things like Old Rasputin and stuff where it's like, I'm like, that is no way 100. I'm sorry for the people who love that beer, but I thought that was just all right. It was a little way out of balance for me, way too roasty. Anyway, the Master of Hoppets did an almost orgasmic review of this. It was fun to watch him. He was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. He was like going crazy over it. And that's how it is. It's a great experience. It shocks you. And he did a good review too. So top-rated local options if you're in the Northwest. Southern Tier Chocolate is rated 37 on BeerAdvocate. It's not on the top 25 or 50, I think, on RateBeer, which it should be. Stone Russian Imperial Stout, we just had that the other day. Good. I would actually put this above that, but that is that is more traditional, no flavor. So my overall on this, I would choose this. But for the style, that one's really good. Deschutes the Abyss. I have a 2010 Abyss in there. There's one left in Spokane that I know of. So I picked that up. I got one, so I know I'll be doing that rating soon. And then 1050 Oscar Blues. You can find all the time for about $4 or $5. Yeah. And that's solid, smooth chocolate. It's a very well balanced Russian Imperial Stout. So, and as far as Russian Imperial Stouts go, 7 out of the 10 top 10 beers on RateBeer in the world are stouts. So that gives you an idea, the quality that you can get in this style.
So price range on this one is going to run probably anywhere from about $7.50 to about $9 almost.
Yeah,
in some places,
yeah.
so.
This I paid $9 for, but I've paid $15 for beers that couldn't even stand next to this bottle. So I would pay more for this.
Yeah,
so
I just saw this one in actually Fred Meyer's here in Spokane. Believe it or not, for I think it was $8.49, but
yeah,
they had probably about 5 of them.
Yeah,
on
when
shelf,
you can when you can get that, you should.
Yep.
Anyway, join the conversation online. You can like our Facebook page and follow all of our explorations there. Go to facebook.com/BeerDisciples. You can email us with suggestions at thebeerdisciples@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. If you want to suggest a beer, we'll review it if we can find it. And if you want to bring a beer by, if you're in Eastern Washington, come by. We'll review it with you. You bring the beer, I'll drink it.
Idaho. We're close.
So till next time, I'm going to say definitely buy this if you can.
Yes, most definitely.
Cheers.